everybody, welcome back. Feels like it's been a while. First things first, I got a note from my editor that when I'm making these videos, I don't seem to stop moving and talking. So she has a hard time getting some stills for the thumbnail. That's the little picture you see on YouTube on the screen. So let me take care of that real fast. Okay, I think that ought to work for some still pictures. We'll see what she can come up with. I got a pretty good idea which one she's going to go with. Anyways, today what we're going to tackle, we're going to cut this windshield out. It's a pain in the ass kind of job, guys. My first suggestion, take out your phone. Hey, Glassman. Yeah, hey, I got a Silverado here I need the windshield cut out of. Okay, perfect, thanks. Let them show up. Cut it out. I don't like doing glass, but on a project like this, you know, the windshield's shot, it's all chipped up and it's cracked, and it's just got to come out. Or roof repair, we can't get in and deal with this front edge very well, so we're going to cut the windshield out, throw it out, get a new one when it's time to reassemble it. That'll obviously be a little while, but what we're going to tackle today is just getting this one out, getting it out of the way so we can continue. I've already done some work on the roof. Couldn't really show you guys, the process there because of being high. I don't, have a sky lift or anything to lift you up there and show you how it's going. So I will take you across it here before we leave today. But for right now, we're just going to start getting into what it takes to cut a windshield out of one of these pickups. It's not hard. It's a pain in the butt. That's what it amounts to. So first things first, you're going to need gloves and some eye protection, because it will break as you're cutting it out. And if you've got a great windshield and you're trying to cut it out, call somebody to come do it, because it's not easy and you're going to end up breaking it, especially with one that's been in as long as most of these have. The older that urethane gets that holds that down, the harder it is to cut. So the harder it is to cut, the harder it is to cut it out without breaking it. But anyways, personal protection, guys, that's going to be number one. Then we're going to need just a screwdriver and some clip tool stuff. We've got to take the windshield wipers off and the cowl panel. That's what we call this black piece in here. That's a cowl panel. It's a couple pieces. It's got just some Phillips screws kind of throughout. Your end pieces here, about this big, is going to be one screw, and take that out. And then you'll have access to some other fasteners in there. So we'll get that stuff out of there. That stuff's pretty easy. When you open this door, there will be some weather strips in there that need to come out. I've already taken out some of this stuff in here, but this weather strip here we'll take out. And then we're also the way I am gonna do it is this piece is obviously ridden way down. I'm not sure how that ever happened. I'm gonna go in and cut a bunch of this rubber off the outside so that when I'm going in there with my pull knife, and this is a pull knife, just got a handle where you get it wedged in there. This is your blade, and you pull it towards you. That's going to cut your urethane around. That's how we're going to do that. I can get my pull knife in there closer if I cut some of this rubber edge off, so I can make sure to get into the inside of that urethane bead. On these are the only thing I've ever seen done this way. There will actually also be a small screw here and one about the other side, and all that is it's through a little rubber tab on the windshield. And once you get this cowling off, you just pull those screws out, and they just keep that windshield up. Instead of using stops, they decided to put screws in it. I don't know why. Doesn't hurt anything. It's not a big deal. Just the way they chose to do it. For some reason, this is the only thing I've ever seen it done on. But if you're working on one of these, that's going to be what you have to deal with. So that's enough jibber jabber. I'm going to get in here and start ripping some of this stuff out. Oh, and I've already taken the rearview mirror out, because when I'm pulling the headliner, I went ahead and pulled that out. So that's been out for a while now. So let's get after it. Milwaukee. If you'd like to sponsor, hit me up. I'm available. That's the screw. Just pulls it out. So I pulled that other screw, guys. That's going to be pretty much it for disassembly. Then we're just going to start cutting this stuff off and try and pull a knife through this thing and see if we can get her out. Okay, it's a little hung up in the corner, so I'm going to go in there with the utility knife and see if I can't cut that loose. Just that easy. This is what it looks like up close. That kind of crap's why we had to take it out. We're going to be able to get in here, clean up this wet edge. See this white paint? I am going to come in. The next step, what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll cut all this urethane out of here, right down to the pinch weld. Get all that stuff out of there. We'll want brand new urethane all the way down to the, basically to the metal when we go back together with this. Super gross in there. Clean all that up before it goes back together, obviously. But I'll show you the, the glass was broke but not destroyed. She's destroyed now, boys and girls. She's destroyed now. Let me show you real quick what I spent the last couple days doing. Filler work on the roof. Good Lord. And of course the paint, just like the rest of it, it was delaminating, which means the clear was coming off and the base was dead obviously then, so we just stripped it down to bare metal, did our body work. We'll go with a good etching primer, epoxy primer, something here on this, and we'll get moving down the sides. But that's going to pretty well wrap us up for today. To summarize our day, call a glass guy. Not fun, but it's doable. The bottom is really tough. The top and sides aren't too bad most of the time, but the bottom can get tough. It was a lot of, pulling it out, getting a little space and getting the utility knife in there and getting started. Our pull knife obviously did most of the work, but you're always going to have those corners where it's a little deeper than what your pull knife blade is, things like that. Just all part of it, but we got through it. We got it out. We'll be moving on to the next thing now. Just keep trucking forward and doing our best. So for now, I'd say go like and subscribe. Fun project. Get dirty.